Thank you, Mr. Vice President.
Happy to be with you.
Yeah. Should, and if yes, why should the U.S. Senate take additional witnesses in the impeachment trial?
Well, look, that's up to the Senate to make that decision now. You know, this is the politics of this doesn't matter. It's a constitutional issue, and they should do what they think needs to be done. And we'll see how that all works out. But it seems to me if you have someone who has firsthand knowledge in the room with the president that can confirm or deny he did what is alleged, that person should testify if they're willing to testify, and apparently that person is willing to testify. So if I were in the Senate, I'd want to hear the testimony.
Okay. And who do you think should be on the list of people that should be additional? Like John Bolton has been someone, and if you want to go even farther, should you or perhaps even your son Hunter? Like how far should that go?
Well, no, look, anyone who has firsthand knowledge of the charge made against the president, that he in fact tried to withheld aid to a foreign country in order to get them to act against an individual, an opponent, that person should testify. There's nothing I could testify to because it wouldn't have any bearing on the case. There's nothing my son could testify to. And the president keeps talking about how he's concerned about corruption. Well, not a single person in his administration under oath has said I did anything other than my job, number one. Number two, if he wants to talk about corruption, when did he ever get concerned about corruption? When did that occur? It's like he's having an epiphany about corruption. And on the corruption side, I released 21 years of my tax returns. Haven't released one, just 1 year. You don't have to release 21, just 1 year. What are you hiding, Mr. President? So if you're really concerned about corruption and you've had this newfound interest in corruption, then talk about it. But let's talk about whether or not you, in fact, went to a foreign leader and said, I want you to not to investigate, but just say you're going to investigate my political opponent. And that's the issue. And there's nothing I could testify to on that, because I don't know. And there's nothing my son could testify.
Okay. What did you think of the comments by Senator Joni Ernsts, who's from Iowa, obviously, in that Monday press conference where she opined on how Iowa caucus voters might be looking at you?
She sort of made the case the Democrats are making, that this is all about making sure I'm not his opponent. I mean, since when would it, I mean, she came out and, as I said, spilled the beans. She came out and said that I'm really interested now. Have you heard the testimony? You heard the case today in the Congress. Now let's see what impact it has on Biden. Well, what does that have to do with anything other than confirm the point that, like a senator from Florida just did, a multimillionaire, he just put out an ad. These guys, it's all about they don't want to run against me. And obviously the president went to a world leader to try to get him to say something. And these guys are coming out and confirming that that's what they're trying to do. So I thought it was kind of almost humorous.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So as we talked earlier off camera, this is a makeup, or I guess coming back to Sioux City from something that was snowed out. Why is coming to Sioux City important as you approach the Iowa caucuses? Why is that important in your?
Siouxland really makes a gigantic difference. This is a critical part of the state, and I think that the caucus winner can be made or broken right here in Siouxland. I mean, and I've been, coming here campaigning for Democratic candidates for a long, long time, and and I think it's an area that I hope they know me, and I think they may trust me.
Is there anything different today that you different message since we're close to the caucuses?
No, same message that was about the next president is going to inherit a country that's very divided and a world that's in disarray. There's going to be no time for on-the-job training. I mean, for real. They're going to have to put back together our alliances. We've got to stop making clear that we're not going to continue to coddle, guys like Putin and Kim Jong-un in North Korea, that we're going to have a policy, a foreign policy that respects our friends and keeps our commitments, and someone has to bring the country together. Look, when I talk about unity, some of my competitors for the nomination say, well, Joe used to be able to get a lot of things done when in the past, like 3 years ago, but you can't do it now because it's a new party, Republicans. I know this party. I mean, I've been the object of their attention and affection for a long time now. The president has spent over $12 million to $15 million putting out negative ads about me. Putin has put out negative ads, bots were against me. They're actually brought down by Facebook. And now you got the Joni Ernsts of the world and others. I mean, look, I'm looking forward to this race.
Okay. And to wrap up, Morningside College, which is a private college here in Sioux City, had a poll out this morning, showed you as a leader, 19%. There was a Monmouth poll also out today, I think 23% also in Iowa. What, beyond those polls, what can you cite, I guess, on the ground specifically to show that maybe you're in the front or holding or gaining or what have you?
Well, look, all the polling, this could be a close race. All the polling is nip and tuck. I'm ahead one day, Bernie's ahead the next, I'm ahead again today. This all gets down to, you Iowans make up your minds very late. And it's a matter of just having a good, hard look at this. And I think the thing that Iowa most looks for are values. What are the values and the authenticity of the person they're considering supporting? And my hope is that Iowa voters will conclude that I'm completely straight with them. I tell everybody how much, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. I tell voters how much, exactly what I'm going to do, how much it's going to cost. And I think those things matter. I mean, Iowans are, and look, when I announced I was going to run, and I did it late in the game compared to the others, I indicated that I thought we're in a battle for the soul of the country. And I really do think we are. It's about the American creed. It's about decency, honor, respect. It's about all the things that are Iowa. I mean, like where I come from. I mean, for real. Just, how many times you tell your kid that, someone needs help, you help them. There's things that are bigger than you. You got to reach out. Talking about you never belittle anybody. You never make fun of anybody. And how many Iowans do you know? I don't expect you to answer. Both of you know that when the president comes on, moves their kids away from the television. Not a joke. Not a joke. I think they're looking for a reestablishment of basic decency and respect among Democrats and Republicans. And so I think that's what it's about ultimately.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks.